Hi, I'm sitting here with Max Lautenschläger, Victor Gomez, and Patrick Lowry. Max, would you like to start with explaining a little bit about Iconiq Labs? I think you've had a lot of success here at BlockShow.
Yeah, so the feedback we have gotten was overwhelmingly positive again. So a lot of people want to collaborate with us. A lot of startups are applying or pitching to us here as well because they are really seeing a big chance in meeting us personally here. A lot of investors like big syndicates and VC funds are interested in collaborating and investing into our project. So I think what really now the time shows is that we always thought about long-term sustainability and high quality. Mm-hmm. That's something which is not the most profitable thing in the short term, but in the long term it definitely pays off. And now we can see that just the feedback we are getting and the traction we are having is so great. I'm just really happy.
So has there been any companies here at BlockShow so far? Any new potential partnerships, new networks that you've built?
Absolutely. So I think we just had 3 or 4 new big ticket investors, for example.
Fantastic.
Some new collaborations, on the tech side as well as on the financial side. So I think, yes, we have a lot of homework to do afterwards with all of our follow-ups. And I think the quality of conversations we are having here is just very high compared to other conferences.
Absolutely fantastic to hear. So, the big news. We've all been hearing that you guys have been keeping something a little bit secret from us. And we spoke to Patrick yesterday and he said, well, you got to wait until tomorrow until the real announcement. Yeah. So, well, spill the beans. What's the big announcement?
I think, Patrick, you want to go ahead?
Yeah, sure, I can take this one. So thanks, William. So our big announcement right now is that after having brought professionalism in a venture capital capacity to the early stage ecosystem here in crypto, through leveraging our backgrounds as venture capitalists, doing that due diligence, which Max just gave a lovely presentation on live from the stage, we now want to scale that to bring professionalism to the asset management sector within crypto. So that's why we were very proud to announce today the launch of Iconiq Funds, which will be the world's first professionally managed index funds that will be targeting the market cap of the crypto space. Wow. And we've developed a partnership with Beta, my former boss at Deutsche Börse, actually, Victor, who has created the world's first methodologically sound index engine to properly price and weight all crypto assets, which Iconiq Lab will be leveraging as we launch our own passively managed index funds, leveraging their data. I'll actually let Victor tell you a little bit about Beta as well.
Yes, please, yes.
Sure. I mean, as you know, Iconiq stands, I think, for quality, and for quality, you started on the ICO space, and now you're going into asset management. So for us, there was a mutual and a very logical partnership opportunity there, because something that we're trying to do with Beta is just professionalize all the data angle, right? So a lot of investors want to come into the space, and they really want to start gaining exposure into digital assets, but so far the data has not been good, and a lot of people are really producing products that are not high quality. Right, so that's where we came together and we said, okay, let's launch this new series of index funds. Let's make sure that they are regulated. Let's make sure that the investment strategy behind it's completely methodologically sound. And that's what we're doing from the Beta side. We're ensuring that all the data is really a reflection of what is going on the market. And we're also making sure that that investment strategy is something that clients like Iconiq can very simply go and implement. So the idea is to give investors exposure now to digital assets, but passively, because not everyone has the time and the willingness to be out and doing cherry picking and selecting this token or the other.
Go ahead.
What I just wanted to say is, since inception of Iconiq Lab, we have always been the bridge between the traditional and the crypto space. And I think the first step was really to make ICOs and token investments accessible for traditional investors, to traditional VCs, to family offices, to corporate VCs, and so on. And actually, now we want to do the same with asset management, because we are trusted partners for traditional, big institutional investors. And I think one of our targets is also to bring more traditional money to this space and help this space and hence also the ecosystem to grow.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, our aim is that in the very near future, we'll be this premier asset manager in the crypto space, and Beta will actually be the reference point for individuals to go check the prices of digital assets. So nobody is actually going to be looking at CoinMarketCap anymore if we accomplish this properly. We'll have real reflective prices that derive the true value of the underlying crypto assets. But we didn't want to stop there, so we really wanted to bring a new innovation to the asset management space rather than just launching these funds. So that's where we're very proud to also announce the next product from Iconiq Lab, which is the Index token, where we are launching this, we're airdropping it to the ICNQ token holders, our own token holders, and we will be selling it to institutional investors. The Index token will allow everybody to participate in subscriptions of our funds and do so in a completely management fee-less manner. So you get a lifetime subscription to any of the Iconiq Lab funds without having to pay any management fees for that funds for the lifetime that you hold that. And this creates a new innovative environment that will help us seed these funds, as well as allow for our early adopters to participate within these funds without having to have those management fees charged.
Wow. I mean, that's a fantastic announcement that you guys are actually, what you said, Max, about actually getting traditional and cryptocurrency together, and both of the funds, this is fantastic news. So when do you think when is it gonna be available for everyone to kind of get on board and actually be involved?
So the Index token will be launched this summer. We are targeting July to start fundraising for the Index token. We will be looking at launching the very first Index funds in October. We have already started to subscribe investors to these funds. We've already started to subscribe investors to the Index token themselves, and we really want to make this a scalable platform where it will not just be one fund that we're launching that will be a market cap index, but there are multiple products that Beta is developing that Iconiq Lab will be launching the funds for. So there's the Beta 10, Beta 20, Beta 30, Beta 50, and many other products that we'll be working on together.
It's quite a complete ecosystem. This partnership goes beyond just the initial announcement. That's fantastic.
And I think it's important to say that this is not just words. The investment strategies are already out, so anyone can come to the Beta Data website, so betadata.com, and can already start getting a first glance on what are the investment strategies, what is the methodology behind them, so they can really get a first impression of what would they get once the funds come out. Absolutely, very important, yes.
Yeah, so one of the things I was wondering, what kind of structure to the funds, like which companies, which kind of digital assets would you be including? How would you structure it?
Yeah, so what we're doing, because at the beginning it's important that you have a strategy that everyone can understand. Right? So it doesn't make sense right now to come up with very complex things that just complicate and bring transparency out. We want to actually do the opposite. So our first strategies are going to be market cap weighted. So we are not just taking the top 20 tokens and then just putting them into an index. Logically, there's a very strong methodology where we evaluate all the tokens individually. We make sure that the tokens have liquidity. So there's liquidity filters. We make sure that the tokens do not have more than a specific weight on the index to ensure that the counterparty risk is not concentrated. We make sure that the issuer has the proper technological background in order to have robustness on the token. We make sure that it's traded on exchanges that are located in right jurisdictions. And like that, we have a lot of filters applying to do that selection of what comes into the index. The important thing is that it's all rules-based. So it's not us saying this left or right, right? It's a rules-based strategy that automatically rebalances.
So without kind of hinting towards my next question, but Nasdaq just allowed, it's contemplating allowing Bitcoin trading, and potentially I think they're very close to actually getting it onto the platform. What is the long-term goal of your funds?
So I think the long-term goal of the funds and the collaboration that we're having together is Beta is will be the S&P of the crypto space, creating the first methodologically sound indices within the space that are mathematically proven and statistically relevant. Iconiq, we are aiming to be the vanguard. We would like to bring passively managed index funds to allow any retail or institutional investor that would like to have a small piece of their larger portfolio to be invested into crypto assets. Because we're at a day and age right now where digital assets are considered a valid asset class. And what we would like to do is to bring more traditional capital to the marketplace, because while I think the market cap this morning was, 250 billion? It's kind of cute that people in crypto think this is a major accomplishment, and to an extent it is. This is pennies. Hedge funds do this for breakfast, right? I want to be the bridge and leverage Iconiq Lab and Iconiq funds as that big gap to bridge the traditional and the crypto space to allow those investment managers, those family offices, and retail investors who are cautiously but very optimistically eyeing the crypto space a bridge to invest their assets, their hard-earned money, into these digital assets and participate in the very large value generation that digital assets offer as a platform.
Can we be expecting then an increase in the adoption of cryptocurrency through you guys? Is that part of the entire plan to actually expand? You said like bringing family offices, asset traders, but could that potentially also extend through to consumer and retailers at one point?
Oh, absolutely. So we're not going to stop at just the market cap indices, but we'll also be looking at utility token indices, at altcoin indices, specific vertical indices based on the dApps that are going to be issued long term over this. And it's all going to be about the integration of blockchain into the different verticals that we have within the already existing business ecosystem. There's a great opportunity for us to enhance this by bringing additional liquidity and additional capital to that space through these funds to help enhance adoption.
Fantastic.
I think something that is very relevant when you talk to institutional investors out, they normally have two major concerns. One is custody, and we have seen some big firms already enter the custodial space. So I think that's one thing that will be solved for them. And then the other one is trusting the data, trusting the companies. So there's not enough trust, and that's why initiatives like this is exactly initiatives in the right direction. Because once they start saying, okay, but actually the guys managing this, it's professional people, right? They actually come from capital markets backgrounds, right? That will start opening up the space, because you need to think that digital assets are very uncorrelated with other asset classes. So for an investor, it's good to include a part of their portfolio in digital assets because it diversifies the portfolio exposure.
So in between now and October, when it's going to be available, where can we go to find more information if we are very curious? You said on your website too, but...
Yeah, so you can go either to the Beta's website if you want more information on the underlying strategy, and that's in betadata.com, or you can go to the new website that Iconiq has just launched.
So it's and so the new website for Iconiq is funds.iconiclab.com. And this is where you can find any information related to the funds that we will be launching that are powered by Beta, as well as learn more about the Index token and the upcoming token sale that will allow for the management feeless subscriptions to our funds.
Fantastic.
And of course, that's not the last thing which is coming.
Oh, there's more secret news?
Stay tuned. Definitely stay tuned.
Fair enough. I'll definitely be staying tuned. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you, William.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So now we have